Fort Collins, Colorado, homecoming festivities, a time when alumni from Colorado State from all over the country reunite and reflect on the past, talk about the present, and project into the future and enjoy the homecoming parade. Welcome everyone to Hughes Stadium. It's the boys out of the desert from UNLV, the Rebels at 3-2, taking on the 4-1 Colorado State Rams. Knowledge to go places today. A couple teams looking for the wherewithal to get to the football. Under the lights here at Hughes Stadium in Fort Collins, Colorado. UNLV against Colorado State, a Mountain West clash.
And Robinson has turned a program that lost 16 straight games before he arrived into a team that has the nation's 15th ranked defense. A huge reason, the influx of transfers, 5 Pac-10 transfers, and a lot of JUCO players have made this a program to be reckoned with in a hurry. That says a lot about John
Another
Robinson.
factor is with the ankle injury in this cold weather, is the ankle going to stiffen up later in this ball game?
And so much of his game, Gino, is predicated on mobility. We'll do it again. Cheetany now pushed back to his 5. That is Rebstock standing on his own 40-yard line. Low snap. And Cheetany gets off a bomb. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A great directional punting. They mark it at the 29-yard line. That was a huge punt by Cheetany, 53 yards by number 39. Let's go downstairs to Heather.
I just had a chance to catch up with UNLV trainer Kyle
How
Wilson.
many times do we see this? We see great players given
The ball on that drive. Cheetany's kick goes to Rebstock, and this time he'll take the knee. They'll start on the 20. Let's go. Game has been the weather and the plunging mercury.
And Blaine Fowler, welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Block at the line of scrimmage to spring the run.
Keyshawn Johnson in the house at Sam Boyd Stadium. You won't find many more loyal to Jim Robinson. It's quite a plane trip he made. The Buccaneers were home on Thursday against Detroit. Thomas is going deep. Turner's wide open. Inside the 10. And Jason
Conversions and then hit Nate Scott in the back of the end zone for a touchdown to take the score to 14-7 in the second quarter. And then Jason Thomas came move out here and just loses his, if he doesn't lose his balance, I think he gets a first down on that play. Let it be said, the ankle is fine.
McGuffey is waiting at the 10. Cheetany will punt into the breeze. Tight spiral. And Cheetany rolls it down. Is it at the 1-yard line? It is. Ray Cheetany has become a master at placing the football inside the 10-yard line, and here he rolls it to the 1. And that
Into the wind like that, if the ball's fluttering at all, the wind knocks it down, and that was a perfect tight spiral. What a great kick.
So Wyoming to go to work from the goal line.
So Ray Cheetany on to kick. Andre Dyson deep. Right in front of him is Steve Smith. Dyson has returned sparingly. It's been mostly Smith this year. And Cheetany, one of the great kickers in the country. 4th a year ago, an All-American candidate. Averaging about 41 yards a kick. It's low and returnable. Angling towards the right side. Taken by Smith. Makes one man miss at the 35, and he's driven out of bounds at the 37. 7 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in the first. 3, UNLV nothing. Let's check in with Beth Mowens.
Well, Chris, at UNLV, they don't call the football team the Running Rebels, but they may want to reconsider after what they did last week at Ole Miss. 378 yards on the ground, their best rushing game in 11 years. John Jackson says if the offensive line can create the openings again, the 3 guys, Wofford, Rudolph, and Brown, could have another big afternoon.
Coach John Jackson, his team, his running backs, a 4th and 1 at the 1. 14 seconds remaining first quarter. UNLV going for it. Wofford and Rudolph. And the ball to Rudolph, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Jeremy Rudolph powering on the right side. He scored this year. 11 plays, 86 yards. Ray Cheetany. Cheetany, a senior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And we've got a pretty good game going for you here in the first quarter. The Mountain West Conference Game of the Week presented by Sleep In. Glad you're with us. Chris Marlowe, J.C. Pearson, Beth Mullins, bright sunshiny day. And two teams that desperately want to win today. He's taken by Steve Smith at the 15. And Smith is wrapped up, knocked down near the corner. Between these two teams, Utah has won the last 4. Crowd filling in, a bright sunshiny day in Salt Lake City. That'll make our producer happy. So Cheetany set to kick. Smith and Dyson are deep. And they're kicking away from Smith. And getting a great bounce out of bounds. Ray Cheetany. Near the 6. So Ray Cheetany, one of the great punters in the country. 48 yards, no return. Utah backed up when we return. Utes.
Coming up on the National Car Rental Halftime Report, JC and Chris brought their speed. For those of you at home, we've got scores from around the country, our Mountain West notes, and JC talks football with Steve Smith. That's all coming up on the National Car Rental Halftime Report.
JC with Steve Smith. And you know, I really played as a freshman and won the job. But he thought he was going to have a chance to at least compete for the job the second year. Until he read the media guide. MountainWestConference.com. If you want more inside information like J.C. Pearson has been giving you, www.mountainwest.com. So John Robinson's team is behind 17-9. And in a punting situation, he's without his #1 superstar, the gifted Jason Thomas. And there is the big man. Boy, when you meet him physically, he doesn't look like a quarterback. He told me that he never played quarterback until a linebacker and a defensive tackle. And he said the freshman team didn't have a quarterback, so they put me there. He's been a quarterback ever since.
Very good-looking young man, very smart young man as well. And you know, and he plays basketball, so if he can get that foot healed up, he says that he's going to go out there and try to shoot some hoops out at UNLV also.
A Charles Barkley type, we're told. Ray Cheetany to kick it away. Smith and Dyson are deep. And Cheetany, a low, returnable liner, but good angling to the far side, and it's out of bounds at the 10. How about that punt for Ray Cheetany? He had one earlier, a 48-yarder. That pinned the Utes back. This one, a 48-yard punt, net, no return. So Ray Cheetany, one of the great punters in the country, doing his job. UNLV needs the offense to perk up a little bit.
And that's for sure. And Cheetany, he's a weapon because he's got a great leg, but he's also got great control. And especially when you've got guys back there like Dyson and Steve Smith, you don't want them guys catching that football. And if you can kick it out of bounds, deep in their own territory, you've done a good job.
You know, we've talked to a number of coaches that said, yeah, we instruct our kickers to kick it away from Steve Smith, but none of them can do it.
Right.
Like 3 games we've had that. Well, Cheetany can. So Utah, perhaps with a chance
allow him to use his ability to make something happen.
Well, the spot was a little bit short of where we felt it might be, and the rep's going to come up about a yard short. So UNLV forced a punt. And once again, Kyle Whittingham's defensive unit comes up tough. Ray Cheetany. He's dropped 2 inside the 20. He's going to have to really boom one to get there today. Smith and Dyson are deep. So Utah should get good field position here.
Just like Coach McBride was telling his offensive players over there that they should get good field position out of this. So, you know, we'll see if they come out and try to make a big play, the first play out.
Cheetany, beautiful punt. High spiral angling. It's fielded by Smith, who's got some room to the wide side. Steve Smith trying to get to the corner. And he's rammed out of bounds at the 43 by Desmond Davis. 47-yard punt, a 13-yard return. Steve Smith, Mr. Excitement, takes it back 13 yards. Utah in business at the 23 when we come back.